What's up, everybody? Christian Ballard here with Ballard Sports Media here today talking some baseball. Going to be previewing. In this video, I'm going to do the American League, talk about some teams, some potential teams that can make the postseason going into September and October. Later in the year, we're pretty much at the beginning of March, so we're getting pretty close to the end of the preseason or spring training, as they call it. And that means we're getting into the regular season. So I'm going to get into this preview video, going to preview the American League. Some key teams in that league. As we know, we have my Tampa Bay Rays, we got the Angels, we got the Astros, we got the Yankees, the Red Sox. I mean, that's where all of the main teams that you probably hear about if you listen to like baseball podcasts and pay attention, to baseball. You hear about those teams, right? So we'll talk about and listen. I'm not going to go game by game for each team or whatever, because that would take too long. I mean, listen, baseball is the one sport, first off, that ends in the same year it starts, as in like 2019. Started in the spring of 2019, ended in the fall in October with the World Series. That's the one sport. Basketball normally starts in like October or November, ends in May and April, right? Goes like that. Same with football. It's about the same length. What is it, like a 7-month period or something? You start in like August or September, go to January. And so, this is the one sport that, it pretty much, yes, it's February or whatever, March, whatever, get pretty close to March. And but you look at it, and it starts in March and goes to October, right? March 26th, I think, is opening day. So that's coming up here in the next month or so. I know it's, let's see. Yeah, it's on a Thursday, March 26th. So anyway, so go ahead and get into this. Going to talk the American League. Let's go down these divisions, though. American League East, you got the Baltimore Orioles, Boston Red Sox, New York Yankees, Toronto Blue Jays, and Tampa Bay Rays, my team. American League Central, Chicago White Sox, Cleveland Indians, Detroit Tigers, Kansas City Royals, Minnesota Twins. West, Angels, Oakland, Seattle Mariners, I don't know how you say that team. Texas Rangers, and of course, the World Series runner-up of last year, the Houston Astros. And then you look at the National League, which, I'll get into a different video. But I guess I'll go ahead and run down those teams in the National League East. The Braves, as I mentioned, the Nationals won the World Series. You also got the Mets, the Phillies, Marlins. The Central, you got the Brewers, the Chicago Cubs, Cincinnati Reds, Pittsburgh Pirates, St. Louis Cardinals. The West, you got the Dodgers, the Padres, San Francisco Giants, Colorado Rockies, Arizona Diamondbacks. That's in the National League. So getting back real quick, staying on track with the American League. I think, if you ask me, I think the most interesting part of the American League is the East. I think that division right there, it's kind of one of those, with the trio of those teams, the Red Sox, the Yankees, and the Tampa Bay Rays. Tampa Bay Rays made the postseason last year. They're going to try to get back to it. I think they made the division round, I think, and they lost to the Astros. Of course, the Astros go on. They continue, and you go to the World Series, they fall short. In that, I think it did go to Game 7 or whatever. So the Rays are going to try to make it back to the postseason. Obviously, all of these teams are trying to make it to the postseason. I think the Yankees would probably be the favorite. in the American League East. They just picked up what's that pitcher's name? Hold on, I can find it real quick. That one guy from the Astros. This thing can load faster. Let me find him. Garrett Cole is his name. I think he will be the starting pitcher. Of course, they got other guys. Brett Gardner in center field. Mike Talkman. Aaron Judge, who is, what is that? He's day-to-day. He's kind of hurt right now, but he's one of those guys at right field, and he hits very well, too, Aaron Judge. We'll see what that situation looks like, going into the actual season and everything. Had 27 home runs last year, 55 RBIs. That's pretty good. He's got 246 in his career, 110 home runs in his career. He's a very great talent. He's hurt right now, though, so that's kind of a downer for the Yankees. They say he's day-to-day. It's his shoulder. And I'm seeing something that says he could make his spring debut next week, so he could play this preseason and spring training for the Yankees. He's going to be one of those players to keep your eye on. Of course, Garrett Cole as well. As I mentioned, he was with the Astros in the World Series and into last year. So get back to being on track here. So again, a three-way tie, if you want to call it like that. The Rays, the Yankees, and the Red Sox. Those are going to be three teams to keep your eye on, not just in the American League East, but I think the American League in general. I would say the American League East, and you can comment down below and tell me why I'm wrong, why I'm right, whatever. I think that's the most I'm not going to come on here and say that's the most talented division. I think it's the most interesting division. So again, American League East, Orioles, Red Sox, Yankees, Blue Jays, and Rays. Of those 5 teams, the Red Sox, Yankees, and the Tampa Bay Rays are teams that are going to be competing for a playoff spot. Could potentially make a wild card. One of those teams probably. So we'll see how that works out. The Central, you got the White Sox, the Indians, the Detroit Tigers, the Royals, and the Minnesota Twins. That's one of those ones that, you look at it and it's like, is it even close? I think it is. I think the team to look out for that is probably going to be the favorite is the Minnesota Twins. They got a great roster. Keep your eye on them. The Indians are pretty good too. I'm not going to throw down any team whatsoever. I think all the baseball teams are pretty good. I mean, listen, you'll see every team hit a ball, right? but anyway, Minnesota Twins are most likely the favorite going into this year for the American League Central division. So they got, I don't really know any of their players, but they were a team that was pretty good last year, so I would assume that they would come back with it. But I'm looking at their roster a little. What is this? So anyway, but you guys let me know about Minnesota going into just give me your predictions, I guess. But so there's that. So Minnesota could be the team for the Central Going into the West, this is going to be interesting. You have the Oakland Athletics, made the postseason last year. I think that might have been a wild card round, but I know the Rays played them. I think they won that wild card series or whatever. Went on to the division round, fell short to the Astros, who went on to, of course, win the league conference round or whatever it is prior to the World Series. So, let me see. So you look at the West. You got the Angels, the Athletics, the Mariners, Rangers, and Astros. I think for the AL West, you might want to stick to the Astros. I know people want to see them do pretty terrible because of all the drama that's gone on with all the cheating scandal and everything. Listen, outside of that, they're a good team. We know that, right? You cannot argue that they are a great team. As far as an organization, they're pretty stupid, right? I'm just going to call it what it is. I'm picking the Astros to clinch the West this year. So I'll take. I really don't know who for the Central. Maybe the Twins or the. Maybe the Twins. I don't know. I'd probably take the Red Sox for the East, for the American League. But the Astros are a team that's going to be favored this year. They should be favored because, listen, they got great talent. It is what it is, right? They got great talent. And whatever, yes, they probably, should be punished for that cheating scandal and everything, absolutely. I'm not even trying to bring that up. Come on, it's the Astros, right? How are you going to talk about the Astros now without bringing that scandal up, ever, until they make up for it or something else bigger in baseball comes along, right? But they got guys like Jose Altuve, Garrett Stubbs, Austin Pruitt, that are just talented. Kyle Tucker, Yordan Alvarez, who's a designated hitter who plays really well. So that'll be a team that probably will be favored for that division. So, anyway. What's happening with my computer? So, anyway, that's pretty much it for this video. Again, I'll probably take the Yankees to win the East. You can pick whoever in the Central, maybe the Royals or the Twins. And the Astros for the West as far as the American League. It's going to be interesting to watch. I'm looking forward to it. Looking forward to the regular season. Hopefully my Tampa Bay Rays can do something. Maybe make the World Series. They made the postseason last year. But we have seen where teams will make the postseason and then just fall right off the map in basketball. Or baseball, I'm sorry. I was kind of distracted because I was thinking about something in basketball a little bit. I do apologize, but yeah, again, we've seen teams just fall flat off the face of the earth in baseball before. Hold on, they just made the league conference round or whatever. Well, they made the World Series and now they're not even making the postseason. That's baseball. It happens. It happens in sports. Period. You're not going to be good every year. Now, we see in stuff like college football where you see that. Clemson, Alabama, LSU, Georgia, to name a couple football teams. Football is different from baseball, completely different. Anything could happen this year, right? The Houston Astros, and I'm not calling this or anything, but it is possible that they become one of the, worst teams in the MLB this year. I'm not saying that's going to happen or anything, but again, you never know. So, anyway. So, I don't know. Before I say anything stupid or whatever, I'm going to go ahead and get off. But hey, hit that like, hit that subscribe button. Comment down below. Who do you have winning the American League this year? Who's going to clinch the East, the Central, the West? Who do you have? What are your thoughts? You let me know in the comment section below. Hit that like if you're new. Hit the subscribe button. I do some baseball, basketball, football talk, all that good stuff. I live stream a couple times a week. So subscribe for more. Hit the bell when you do. You can get notified when I make a new video go live. So I do appreciate it. So anyway, that's it for me. Thanks for watching. Like, subscribe, and all that good stuff. And I will see you guys next time. Until then, Ballard Sports Media is checking out.